Generation Young. I think we're all definitely over 50. Yeah. Right, Christian? Or, yeah, no, you're the other side of 50 still. So we're going to start off with Christian's question.
I have to hear.
Okay, you have to hear. We're not starting off with your question first. So Christian has to go because he's flying to Japan because he's doing a tour on Revita Blue. So are you all ready to hear what he has to say about Revita Blue? Can I hear a yes? Yeah. All right. So please tell us about Revita Blue and why this product will be so good for Europe, Middle East, and the CIS countries.
Okay. So it's good for the EU, the Middle East, because it's good for everybody. That's the first answer. But I think what is important to understand here, and I'm going back to something that I briefly mentioned yesterday, and I'm not being sarcastic when I'm saying this. If really we think about it, we define health as the absence of disease, which is a strange thing to do, but if you think about it, you know, at some point you feel that something is not right in your health, things have changed, you're not just in the same good health as you used to be. You go and see a health practitioner, they do a blood test, they look at you, everything is fine, so they'll tell you, no, everything is fine, so just go back and enjoy your life, come back in 6 months. Well, something is happening, it's just that we cannot yet put a label on it, that's all it is. So we need to understand, health and sickness is not a switch where it's one or the other. It's just a vast gradient that goes between the day where you've got the bad news or the label until optimal health. And we are somewhere in that range, and this is where we live. And what we're trying to do is move up in that range toward optimal health, and that's what the Jeunesse products are all about. They're all about changing the process of aging, bringing you on a path of youthing, and that's what Finity does, that's what AMPM does, it's what Revita Blue does. And in this whole process, what we discover, a breakthrough discovery, there's something in your body whose job is to do exactly that. Maintain your tissues, repair your tissues, and move you up in that scale. And that's your stem cells in your body. So when we understand this, then we understand how really Revita Blue can really help everybody, because when you release stem cells, you all have them, you all release them. There's not one person on the planet that doesn't have stem cells and doesn't release them. And for everybody, they do the same thing. They go and they repair and maintain tissue. They just do. They work every time. That's what they do. So when we understand this, you just want to put more in circulation. So all the products are great, but Revita Blue then becomes sort of the core. You want to support the health system of the body to really put you on a strong path toward youthing.
So thank you very much. Let's give it up for Christian. So yesterday, I think they said how important it was to be a product of the product. How many of you agree? And when you take the product, you notice the difference, and now you're sharing that. Well, I take Revita Blue since we came out with Revita Blue. And if I'm hungry at 10 o'clock at night, which often we don't finish our events till that time, I have a Revita Blue. And so on the whatever journey you're on, whether it's health or maintaining or going down in weight or whatever it may be, our products really do work. I am a living, breathing testimonial of that. So thank you so much for the Revita Blue, and have an amazing trip to Japan.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your reception. This was great.
Come on, guys, wake up! Whoa! Super fans, you're half asleep. Okay, how many of you had a good time last night? I'm so old I call it a disco. I don't know what you call it now, a nightclub. But what a fun time that was. So actually, I'm going to go to Dr. Giampapa next, if that's okay. You know, we're going to save the great European for last. So the reason I'm bringing up the nightclub is one time I was traveling with Dr. Giampapa, and he said, Lucy, if you've been out all night, you need to take a couple of those PM, make it 3 or 4, and you'll wake up the next morning feeling amazing. So Dr. Giampapa, yesterday you introduced a potential new product, or a product that is on its way to Europe. So can you tell us the same thing? Why is AMPM powder going to be great for Europe?
Okay, well, you know, over the last 8 years, we've been using...
Right up close.
Over the last 8 years, we've been using AM, PM in the tablet form with amazing positive impact on everybody who's been taking that from, you know, sleep to, as we talked about yesterday, how important sleep is and waking up feeling energetic. But AM, PM basically is a product that has been designed to enhance and restore our genetic software or our DNA and allow both our body cells and our stem cells to work at a more efficient level. Right. You know, and as we age, we lose that efficiency due to damage to our DNA, due to environmental effects. So basically, AMPM was designed to help restore each one of our cells to work a little more efficiently. And the net impact is you feel the difference and you see the difference. So over the last 2 years, we've been looking at how do we make a really good product better.
That's right.
And so I used the analogy yesterday of our cell phones. You know, we're all going from 4G in the next year to 5G, which is the same cell phone, but a more efficient, faster, and enhanced version or function of that cell phone. And so basically, that's the same concept behind the new delivery system, which will help deliver the same effective ingredients, but even with more impact, better enhanced sleep, quicker impact on sleep and energy, and easier to take. So we're just trying to take a good, really good product and make it work better and more easily to take. And as I said yesterday, we now can take, for instance, AMPM in the powdered drink format with Zen in the morning, so that you're combining the effects of two great products and making it more convenient. We'll also be looking at how do we use AMPM powder with Jeunesse as a directed program for skin, Infinity and AMPM as a program for focusing on optimal aging. So we're looking at how do we create programs and not just isolated products.
That is so exciting. Let's give it up for Dr. Giampapa. You know what I'm excited about? And that is often, I don't know about you guys, but when you're in a hurry in the morning, how many of you have smoothies? Have you ever tried putting an AM in the blender? It goes clunk, clunk, clunk. You know, now we can put the powder in, it blends right in. Plus, if you're having a home business opportunity, you can make Nara smoothies, AM smoothies, or PM, depending on what time it is, you know, and
I think we're going to come out with a little book that shows how you can actually make new recipes or combinations of the products with AM, PM, and all the other Jeunesse products. So it'll be an easier way to take multiple products together.
That's right. And then with our new customer program that's coming out sometime later this year, it's all going to come together. Woo! So here we have Jeunesse TV. I mean, longevity TV. And you really are the living generation young. He is Jeunesse Heart. I mean, you know, he's just an amazing job. So you know all of our products and the Yes system, and it's very important to you how everything comes together. So now we've heard about our new Revita Blue and our AM and PM. How do you see it all coming together in the Yes wheel?
Yes, well, before, I want to tell you something very important. And please listen. Today, this is Dr. Giampapa birthday.
Woo!
Oh, please. Happy birthday.
All right, come on. Are you going to sing it? Are you going to sing it? Okay. Are you ready? One.
Ready? Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, Dr. Giampapa.
Happy birthday. I'm not going to tell you how old he is because you will be so surprised. I'll let him tell you privately.
William, don't you think you should ask how old he is?
No, he doesn't want. He wants to know how old you are.
Do you want to know how old he is? Oh, make them go buy a
You're
bracelet.
trapped now. You have
Well,
to...
the question is, do you want to know how old I am biologically or chronologically?
Both.
Okay. So chronologically, my telomeres are measured at about 49 years. So biologically, I hate to say this, but actually I'm proud of it. I just turned 68 today.
Amazing.
So-
He's catching up with you.
You know, but I want to make a comment. It's not how many years you have. It's your function. It's your passion. It's your energy. And the secret to life is having a purpose, being passionate about it, and then being surrounded by great people to help you accomplish your purpose. So every one of you should have those three things in your life. And I wish you all that in your life as well. So thank you very much.
And every year is like wine.
That's right.
Vincent is bigger, better and better every year.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So, to go back to the yes system, what I'm trying to do with you is just to wrap up, to you to understand what is the Jeunesse concept, you know. The Jeunesse philosophy, quote, is generation young, which means basically, without going to scientific evidence, you know, is how you want to look young as long as possible. You want to think young as long as possible, and you want to love young as possible. And this is based on scientific evidence. This is the goal that Jeunesse has for you and for me and for everyone. Now, this is a philosophical concept. From that, we have to go to practical. What do we do in order to fulfill this dream of Generation Young? For that, we have a system called the YES system, Youth Enhancement System, which is based on one very simple but difficult things to do, DNA repair. Because we find out that there is three causes of aging. One is DNA damage every day, 500,000 times a day. The second one is telomere shortening, which is basically each time that a cell divides, the telomere, which is a cap of the DNA, which protects the DNA and the chromosome, will shorten until there is no more cap, and then the cells die or become senescent, which is very bad for us. And the third cause is our pool of stem cells is shrinking every day. We need stem cells, we told you. We cannot live 1 hour without stem cells. 1 hour means that we have stem cells everywhere. And we need this stock, we need this warehouse of stem cells because we need it every day, every second, every millisecond. So we have three causes of aging. What Jeunesse is doing. DNA damage, reserve. Because reserve have two things. First, it's a major antioxidant product. And second, because of resveratrol, you have a link on the, some genes which help us to live longer, which boost our system. We call them the sirtuin genes. We call them survival genes because they never wake up unless we have a danger. And starving was a danger. And that's how we find out that when we are starving, we are releasing a gene which activates, well, we are releasing something which activates the sirtuin genes. Sirtuin genes are the genes of survival. And resveratrol can mimic this system by activating the sirtuin gene. Then we have one. The second one was how we do about telomeres. And then we have Finity. Finity is a product which helps at least to delay telomere shortening or even to relent telomere shortening. And there is many scientific proof on that. And then we had nothing for the third one until we have Revita Blue. Now we have Revita Blue, which is helping to mobilize our stem cells. You know, our stem cells are located mainly, the main warehouse is in the bone marrow. But when there is an inflammation somewhere or an injury somewhere, there is a signal going there, and then the bone marrow will release stem cells into the blood, and then the stem cells will start to circulate in the blood like a highway, and then a second signal will tell them, please come here. That's where the problem is. And then the stem cells will leave the highway to go directly where the injury is or the inflammation is. Now, with Revita Blue, we can increase what we call stem cells mobilization. We're not going to produce more stem cells with that, but we are going to help those stem cells to be mobilized and to go in a highway. And this is very important because we have proven that more stem cells you have in the blood, better your health is. So we have those 3 products which are targeting each part of the aging process, of the cellular aging process. And then if you want to take everything in one shot, you take AMPM. Because in AMPM, you have everything. You have the DNA damage program, you have the telomere program, and you have the stem cells program, all in one shot. So you can take this one, plus the 3 other, or the 3 alone, or one of the 3. Well, you can mix as you wish, as long as you diversify your combination. Now, this is for the 3 major action on cellular aging. And now, if you want to focus on one thing or another things, you can try Zen Project. The Zen Project is good for health, for lifestyle, but also to avoid one big cause of premature aging, which is obesity. So at the moment that you understand that you cannot be obese because it's very bad for your health, and we can help you, we have Zen. And now we have another product which is not still here, which is mine, which may be coming one day, which is helping to focus on your memory. You remember, we want to think young as long as possible. And then we want, to appear, to look young as possible. We have the complete Luminous line based on growth factor. So you have everything here to prepare or to convince your distributor or your potential distributor to become the Jeunesse. Thank you very much.
Woo! So we know for a fact that there is only one reason in Jeunesse when products don't work, and that is when people don't take the products. I can't tell you how many times we get phone calls in the corporate office, like, oh, this product didn't work for me, and they send back the product, it's not opened. Well, no wonder it didn't work for you. You gotta take the products. And not only that, they build up. Sometimes it's not overnight. Sometimes it takes a few days or a week or a month. When you look the part and you're taking the products and you feel great, in 3 months, I'm gonna turn 60. And I feel like I'm 40 for sure.
Bravo!
And we've been doing this for a long time, since the very beginning of
I just want to
Jeunesse.
say something. I think in this decade, we're redefining what it means to be old.
That's right.
We do not look like or act like our parents did. We have a whole new mental attitude about growing better rather than growing older. And what Jeunesse is about is redefining what youth and what aging means. And I think we've made a tremendous impact on helping every one of you feel better, feel younger, function better. And our whole focus here in the Science in Jeunesse is to make that even better and better over the next few years. So 60 is the new 40, 70 is the new 50, and our goal is to just make that better and better over the next few years. Right, William?
And yes, and also there is a very important thing. Every day, science progress. Every day,
right.
Every day. Thousands of articles all over the world. Internet is giving us the opportunity to look at all that. So our goal is to buy time.
Yep.
To buy healthy time means we want to buy 10 years time in a healthy way in order in 10 years to have a Nobel Prize which will find a new way to give us 10 more years. And in 20 years, we'll find another one. So this is how we are going to progress and how we are going to reach the famous target, which was 122, which now we put it at 142.
All right, thank you so much, everybody. We love you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you all.